Welcome to my first video update from Chile. I'm here at the Casa Ursulina where I've been living for about 2 months now with Julia and the sisters. So far things have been going great.
Casa Ursulina is the Ursuline house, and it's a women's center where there are workshops and classes in the afternoons for women of the neighborhood or poblacion and the surrounding area. Right now I'm living here along with Julia, the other volunteer who arrived with me, and 2 sisters, Sister Ruth and Sister Mimi. Now I'll take you on a brief tour of where I live, starting with our street. Here you can see all our neighbors with their Chilean flags flying for the Independence Day, which was September 18th, and at the end of the block is the local chapel.
Entering the Casa Ursulina, the first room is the Sala Cuna, which is used as a daycare when women come with babies or children. Then there's some storage rooms, offices, and this center room is used for sewing and other workshops. Here's the stairs. Upstairs is where Sister Mimi and Sister Ruth stay. And here is our biggest room, and we clean out the tables and chairs to do yoga and dance in here, and also the kitchen is in here. Outside of the kitchen on the side of the house is our big grape arbor and garden and patio area. Sometimes we eat lunch out there. And outside the other side of this room is the other side of the house, and this, okay, well there's more like storage shed, another classroom workshop area where some of the looms are. And out here, there's one of the cats, an adobe oven for baking bread and empanadas, an abonera or compost pile which Julia and I constructed.
And the greenhouse, which hasn't been planted in a couple years, but Julia and I have been working out here a lot to get things growing again. We have Swiss chard, tomato, pepper, baby plants, some seedlings, strawberries, parsley, hopefully other herbs will be coming up. There's the seedlings. Lettuce is something we've already been able to gather and eat. We're waiting for bean seed, zucchini, and cucumber to sprout. Who knows if they'll ever make it. And that is our garden.
From the Sala Cuna, we can go to the other side of the house. This is a duplex originally to where Julie and I live. Here's more looms and storage. And here's my room. Yay, little room, nice window. Another kitty. And down here is Julia's room, another big closet, and another office.
Now I'd like to introduce you to some of the people I'm with on a daily basis. Sister Mimi is the second woman in from the left in this picture, and she is the founder of Casa Ursulina. Sister Mimi's from Kentucky. She's an Ursuline sister, and she's been in Chile for many years now and has also been a missionary in Guatemala and other places. On the far right in this picture is Nora, a Chilean woman who's in the house often, and then the 2 girls are Nora's children. This is Julia, the other volunteer who will be with me the duration of our stay. Here are Christy and Karen, the 2 volunteers that have been here for about a year now and will be leaving in December. This is another picture of Karen along with Nora. They're using our adobe oven to make empanadas. And here's Christy dancing on the left with Alejandra, another Chilean woman who's in the house every day. This is Sister Ruth on the left side of this picture. She's been in Chile about a year, and she's also an Ursuline nun from Kentucky. And Corolla, dancing with her husband on the right side of this picture, is another woman from the neighborhood who we see pretty often. And this is our friend David in the white jacket, and he's from Piedralisa, a small town outside of the city of Chillan. As for what we do every day, so far I've learned to weave. This is my little loom. I've finished one scarf so far. I spend a lot of time working in our garden. Our vegetable garden is under this covering. It's not exactly sealed off like a greenhouse, but you get the idea. I've also been trying to take care of our flower beds and gardens. We have lots of roses around the house, as do all of our neighbors. The roses just grow so well in Chile. It's really fantastic. Besides visiting and sitting in on the workshops and classes with the women in the afternoon, which I don't have any pictures of, we tag along with Christy and Karen to the different volunteer sites where they're working. One of these is Libertador, an elementary school, which you see in these pictures. Christy and Karen go a couple times a week to do English lessons with 1st through 4th graders. And the pictures are from a day that we went when they were celebrating the Chilean Independence Day, and the kids were dressed in the traditional costumes and doing traditional dances of Chile. We also go with Christy and Karen to the chapel once a week, which you see in this picture, to visit with elderly members of the neighborhood who are served lunch there on Wednesday afternoons at El Comedor de Abuelitos. We also get on the bus a couple times a week to go downtown. Downtown Chillan has a market where we get our fruits and vegetables and go to the grocery store. There's a mall, all that typical stuff. These are some views of the mountains from up on one of the upper levels of the mall. That's one perk of having the mall, is that you can go up to the top story and see that view out to the mountains, which you can't normally see from inside Chillan. And finally, another thing that we do a lot is talk about American politics, not just amongst ourselves, but with all of the Chileans. Honestly, the first thing that many people ask when they meet me or one of us from the States is who we're voting for, or who we think is going to win this election coming up. And everyone that I've spoken to here, Chilean and North American alike, agrees that Barack Obama should be the next president of the United States. I kid you not, we were in a park the other day, and a maintenance man, came up to us, noticed we're speaking English, and asked us where we're from, and even he was like, Obama, Obama! So many people are really paying attention to this election. And as you can see, I did my part and voted by sending in my absentee ballot.